Hello viewers, welcome to Kids Auto and Truck Repair. Today we have a 2012 Honda Odyssey with a 3.5 liter engine. The customer complaint on this vehicle is the check engine light remains on the dash while the engine is running. So we're gonna check this out and figure out why the check engine light is remaining on. Today I have my nephew with me. Abraham is here with us. Yeah. Our future master tech is here. So Abraham, you ready to figure this out?
Yeah.
You think you can fix this?
Not all of it.
No, not all of it? No. Okay, sounds good. So now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the vehicle so we can scan the engine computer and see what codes we have, and then we'll go from there. So now let's go in the vehicle. I'm gonna start the engine. The engine is running, engine sounds good. The engine is shaking a little bit and the check engine light is on the dash. So if Kyler can show you guys the check engine light. So right there, the check engine light is remaining on the dash, and this vehicle has 160,000 miles, 099. So that's customer's complaint confirmed. I got the scan tool connected to the vehicle. So now let's scan the engine computer to see what codes we have. So right there, the scan tool has identified the vehicle, 2012 Honda Odyssey. We're gonna click OK. Let's do a code scan. Let's scan all the control units on the vehicle. The way the engine sounds, it feels like it's misfiring. Actually, the traction control light was remaining on too. We have two codes in the engine computer, two permanent codes, P0301, cylinder 1 misfire detected, and P0303, cylinder 3 misfire detected. So we're very familiar with these misfire codes. A misfire can be caused by lack of spark in a specific cylinder, or lack of fuel in a cylinder, fuel delivery, or a mechanical problem in that specific cylinder. And then we also have two temporary codes, P3400, valve pause system, VPS, stack off bank 1. And then P3497, valve pause system, VPS, stack off bank 2. This valve pause, this is a system that actually actuates the VVT system on this engine, if I remember correctly. And there are pressure switches on each bank. They're actually on the end of the valve cover. Now, the fact that both of them are affected, I wonder if we have kind of a common denominator, like something that's affecting both systems. We could have a wiring problem, or we could also have low oil level in the engine. So here's what I'm gonna do. Since we have a couple of misfire codes, I'm going to step all the way on the accelerator pedal, and then I'm gonna crank the engine. This should put the engine computer in clear flood mode. The engine should not start. And then we're gonna listen to it. We're gonna listen to the engine cadence. We're gonna make sure that the engine sounds good. If the cadence is nice and consistent, that would mean we don't have a mechanical problem. Then we can go under the hood and do some tests, okay? So let's wait for the scan tool to finish scanning all these control units. On the generic side of the tool, we have the same codes, P0301 and P0303. Okay, so let's see if we have a clear flood mode. I don't even have to look at misfire data. We can go straight under the hood and do some tests. So I'm pressing all the way on the accelerator pedal. I'm gonna crank the engine. Oh, this one doesn't have clear flood mode, but listen to how the engine sounds before it starts. Yeah, there's that nice nya, so which means we most likely don't have a mechanical problem. My nephew's laughing at me behind the camera. You gotta listen to how the engine sounds, Abraham. If it sounds bad, you can tell. If you have a mechanical problem, based on how the engine sounds, you can tell that you have a mechanical problem. Yeah, I don't think we have a mechanical problem. We can do a relative compression test, but no, we don't need to. Now, what I wanna do is, let's go under the hood. Since we have this P3400 and P3497, let's go under the hood and check the oil level, and then we'll go from there. Now, here is, let me grab a light. here is the switch that I was talking about. Kyler, if you can see this switch over here? Yeah, so we have a code for this switch. Okay, so this is part of the VVT system. Actually, let me remove the engine cover. Okay, so this is the solenoid. So we have a code for this solenoid, and then there's another one back here. We have a code for that too. I don't think you can see it, but it's somewhere over here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So we have this and that. Now, I don't think both of them can go bad at the same time. It's very unlikely that you have both switches go bad. So this solenoid over here is operated, I mean, it's computer controlled, but oil goes through this, to actuate the VVT system. So now what I want to do is I want to check the oil level. Okay, so maybe Carlo, you can come over here on this side. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, so let's pull out the dipstick. Let's check the oil level and see what we got, because I've seen low oil on these engines cause these codes. Okay, let's see how much oil we have. Oh no, it's dry. There's no oil in this engine. That's a problem. There is our problem. And this can also cause misfire codes. Okay, there's no oil. Wow, this is completely empty. Dang. Okay, that's a serious problem. There's no oil in the engine, Abraham.
Yeah.
What should we do? How can we figure it out? We have to figure out where the oil is going. So we're gonna look around the engine to see if we have a leak. We're gonna look for wet spots around the engine. So nothing is wet around here. Now, this is bank 2 and this is bank 1. So the first cylinder back here is gonna be cylinder 1. So that's the cylinder that's misfiring. So I don't see, Kyler, you can look around the engine. Do you see any wet spots around the engine? No, right? It's pretty dry. So we don't have an external leak up here. So I'm gonna lift up the vehicle. Let's look at it from underneath to see if we have a leak under the engine. All right, so we got the vehicle up. Wow, it's dry down here. You see this, Kyler? Come over here and look at this. Look how dry it is. So we do not have an external leak. This is bad. Okay, come look back here. Usually on these Odysseys, the oil pan tends to leak, but look how dry it is over here. So nice. Actually, nothing up there. Wow. I don't know if you can see up there. Okay, so we do not have an external leak on this engine. So where is the oil going? Let me lower the vehicle. We need to figure out where the oil is going. Now, there is a possibility that this engine might have an internal leak. But when I drove it in, I didn't see any smoke. Well, because there was no oil. So there was no oil to burn, right? So let me lower it. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to lower the vehicle. Let's remove the first spark plug, the spark plug out of cylinder 1. Let's look at it. And then we might even use our bore scope. Let's put a camera in the cylinder to see if this engine is burning oil. We should have a lot of carbon on the top of the piston or the valves. If the valves are covered with carbon or oil, that would be a bad sign. He would not want to hear this. So now I am going to remove the first ignition coil that's back here. So you guys won't be able to see it because it's really tugged back here. It's like out of the way. Okay, here's the nut for the coil. We're gonna pull the coil out. Okay. Okay, so here's the coil over here. Here's the coil from cylinder 1. And then I'm gonna remove the spark plug. Let's pull the plug out and see what we're gonna find. Look at this. Huh, I don't like how this spark plug looks. All right, so now we got the plug removed. I'm gonna grab my camera let's put our bore scope in the cylinder and see what we're gonna find. Because there are no external leaks, this oil is going somewhere. Let's figure out where it's going. So we got our camera out. I love this camera. I can see Robin right there.
Hello.
So let me get the screen recorder going. Now we're gonna get into the cylinder. Okay, since Kyler can't guess, I'm gonna guess. I believe we're gonna find, ooh, one straight, one shot.
Good man.
So that's inside the piston, I mean the cylinder. Ooh, look how much oil we have up here.
A lot.
Let me go all the way. Oh, what is that?
Can you go back to there?
Yeah, let me see if I can. Yeah, look at the top of the piston.
Ton of carbon up.
A lot of carbon on top of the piston. Look at that. So what is this stuff over here?
White stuff there,
Yeah, look at this.
Carbon.
You see? Look how much
Carbon.
carbon we have
It's carbon.
on the top of the piston. Yeah, this engine is burning oil.
A lot.
Ooh, this is not good. The customer is not gonna want to hear this.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Now the question is it burning oil from the piston rings or is it the valve seals that are leaking?
I don't think it's probably both of them.
Well, probably both.
Mm-hmm.
I would say valve seals because look at the cylinder walls.
It's not cracked up.
Look at the oil up here.
A lot.
The oil is around the top. Look,
Yeah.
see that? The oil is around the cylinder head. Look at the valve. I mean, I would turn around. I would turn the camera around so I can show you the valves. But look, we have oil up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of oil.
Yeah, look at the top of the cylinder right there.
The valve seal is more or less going from top.
Yeah, I would bet that because look at the cylinder wall.
It's not cracked up.
Cylinder wall looks pretty okay. Yeah, it's a seal. So now let me go down the cylinder and then let's look at the valves.
Carbon.
Ooh, look at this valve over here.
A lot of carbon right there.
Look how much carbon we have on this valve. Oh, look at this one.
Mm-hmm. This is a lot.
Oh yeah. I would say valve seals.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, look how much. Yeah. Oh, look how much oil we have up here.
Yep. Yeah, we burning a lot of oil.
Yeah. Ooh. Oops. Let me see. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this one here. Look at the face of this valve.
You got chiseled all that carbon off of it.
Dang. So to fix this, we're gonna have to remove the cylinder head,
Mm-hmm.
remove the valves,
Yep.
clean them,
Mm-hmm.
and then replace the valve seals.
Yeah, but also, if you're going that deep, I'll put in rings into it too.
You put in a new engine.
Rings, piston.
Oh, rings.
Yeah.
It's basically rebuilding the engine.
Yep. Because you're going all the way in. you're
Well,
going
yeah, look
all
at
the way
that.
out.
How does that look, Abraham?
Yeah, that was like,
Yeah, doesn't look good, right?
that was like,
All right. So you guys will see this on the screen. Yeah, we're done. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of carbon.
That are carbon built. All right, look at that. Look.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, this valve. Hold on.
it'll burn.
What's over here on this valve? Look at this.
It's like it's burned the valve. Yes, right here.
Yeah, look how much carbon we have there. Yeah. So internal engine oil leak.
Yep.
Okay, so we're done. So what do you think, Robin? How should we go about this?
It's two-way. You can go about the first way is to rebuild the engine,
Rebuild the engine,
or the other way is to get a motor with lower mileage.
get a motor with low mileage. Okay. Okay, I like those suggestions.
Is the perfect, it's like a brand new engine,
Yeah.
you know, or we get a remanufactured engine
Mm-hmm.
and put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's three different ways you can go about.
Now the vehicle has got a, was it 160? Do you remember, Kyler? I think it was 160,000
Oh,
miles.
come on, that's-
Usually these Hondas around
They're
160,
still great.
they're still going.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah,
It's
somebody
odd that this one is failing
Yep.
this soon. So basically what's happening is this oil leak we have internally is fouling the spark plug. And if you look at the plug, actually the plug doesn't look too old.
No, like it's
It looks like someone changed it not too long ago,
Yep.
right? Yeah, so the plug is getting fouled. So if we just change the plug and move on, the same thing is gonna come back.
yes, it's about probably a month.
A month or a month and a half,
month and
the
a
same issue will come
Same.
back. So the correct way of fixing this would be taking the engine apart, resealing the valves, cleaning them.
Yep.
I mean, once we take the engine, once we take the cylinder head out, we have to get the heads checked,
Right.
make sure you know the mating surface of the gasket is level and everything.
Yeah.
Pressure test it, and then maybe while we're there, also replace the rings for the pistons.
Yeah. It's complete engine rebuild.
Yeah, basically engine rebuild.
Yeah. Is it
So-
worth it? It's a lot of time consuming
Yeah,
job too.
it's a labor intense job.
Very much labor.
I'll let the customer know. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make two estimates.
Okay.
One estimate for the engine rebuild, like we were saying,
Yeah.
remove the valves, send the head to the machine shop, get it checked. Now, we don't need to send the head to the machine shop because it's not overheating, everything is good.
Right.
But I always like to do that just for peace of mind.
Double check.
If we're gonna remove it, we might as well send it to the machine shop so they can check it to make sure that there's nothing else going on with it.
Right.
Okay, and then get a head gasket kit,
Yeah.
and then replace the valve seals and everything. So that's the first estimate I will send to the customer. Well, that's the first estimate, and the second estimate will be engine replacement. Maybe just changing the engine.
Yeah.
Now, what engine should we quote him? A used engine with low miles or a remanufactured one? So, I don't know. I'll have to talk to him. I have to deliver the news to the customer first,
Yes.
and then I'll present all those estimates to the customer, and then he's gonna decide which one he's gonna go with.
That's it. That's what it is right now.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So I guess we're done with the diagnosis here. I'm gonna talk to the customer, and then I'll bring you guys back up. A little bit later, I talked to the customer. The customer told me that he was not expecting having an internal leak in the engine. We sent the pictures and everything, all the evidence that we have from our diagnosis to the customer. I told him we can either take the engine apart, reseal the valves, and pretty much rebuild the engine, or we can change the engine, so it's up to him. I sent him all those estimates, but the customer told me that that's not within his budget right now. He's gonna look around to see if he's gonna look around to see if he can find another vehicle. So he's gonna go ahead and get rid of the vehicle. He told me if I have to put over $3,000 into this engine or into fixing this vehicle, I might as well just buy another vehicle. Now, I told him it's misfiring. You can't keep driving it the way it is. There's no oil. Eventually, the engine is going to lock up. So he asked me if we can just put oil in the engine and change the spark plugs. Now, changing the spark plugs is not going to fix this. The plugs will still foul eventually since we have an internal leak. But he said, and I was very straightforward and upfront with the customer. I told him we can put oil in the engine and replace the spark plugs. He can drive it for a couple weeks or maybe a month, but eventually those new plugs will get fouled again. He said that's okay. I just need to drive it for another 3 weeks or maybe a month until I buy another vehicle. So that's where we are. We're gonna put oil in the engine. That will take care of the P3400 code for the switch over here.
Right.
So that will take care of that. We're gonna change the spark plugs. It's gonna run slightly better until they're foul again. It's gonna start misfiring again. So, but he said he only wants to drive it for maybe for the next 3 weeks until he figures out what kind of vehicle he's gonna buy.
All right.
So he doesn't want to put a lot of money into this.
Got it. Got it.
So at least we told him we're done. So at this point, we don't have to show you the process of changing the spark plugs and putting oil in the engine. That's very straightforward, pretty easy. So we're gonna leave this right over here. let's take a lunch break, and after a lunch break, we're gonna put new plugs in it and put oil in the engine and ship it out of here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna leave this right over here, guys. I hope you like the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumb down. But if you do, tell us why so we can make better videos in the future. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Cameraman Kyler, thanks for being here. Robin, thanks for being here. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. See you guys next time.